Good morning, everyone, and happy feast of Saint Maria Faustina. So, today we're gonna learn 5 ways, or rather 5 steps to sainthood. What all the things that we can learn from her life, and we can include that in our lives. The first one is keeping accounts. We see that everything we get to know about Saint Maria Faustina, we read it in her diary. She used to get inspirations from the Lord and she used to write it down. According to Saint Padre Pio, the way to know your walk with Christ is by evaluating yourself, self introspection, self examination of your conscience. Okay, so write it down, whatever you feel, write it down, whatever you see. Just imagine if the disciples never wrote down whatever Jesus did, or the letters that St. Paul did not write it down, or whatever inspiration that David got, he did not write it down. What would we have the Bible today? Of course, no. So the first way to become a saint, or to have a fruitful or prospering and successful life, is write down. Keep an account of whatever you are seeing or whatever reflection you are getting. That's very important. Second is, that's the part where the life of Saint Faustina comes to being. That where did Jesus meet Saint Faustina? Jesus met Saint Faustina while she was in a park while dancing. So don't have already a picture of yourself in a surrounding where God will come and visit you. God can visit you anywhere He wants you. He wants you to be free. He wants you to be yourself while He is searching for you. Where did Jesus find Peter? In the sea. Where did Jesus find Mary Magdalene? While after she was stoned for what she used to do. Where did Jesus find Samaritan woman? Not where she was all holy and pious and already searching for God, but where she was just herself. If you go down her this life of Saint Maria Faustina, you will see it is written. She had a vision of a suffering Jesus in a park at a dance. So Jesus met her there. Jesus can meet you anywhere and everywhere. Going to the third point, further with her life, is to have the fire of God. When you meet, suppose you meet a boy in your tuition, you go to the far extent of knowing what his mother likes to eat. So why do you do that? That you have that passion within yourself, you have that fire to know about that person and to explore him. Similarly, when you have a vision of Jesus, you want to know more, you want to dive into it. That is what having a fire is all about. What did Saint Maria Faustina do? She took a train from Warsaw, some 85 miles away, without asking her parents' permission, and despite the fact that she knew nobody at Warsaw. She went. She just had a vision of a suffering Jesus in a dance, and she went, left everything behind. Remember, she was from a very poor family. She had many siblings, but still she went. Why? Because she already had that urge within herself and she wanted to know more. If you have that feeling in yourself that you saw Jesus, if you have that urge within yourself that yes, Jesus touched a chord in your heart, then go ahead with it. Don't stop yourself. Don't put yourself behind. That goes with the third part. Coming to the fourth one is that we do not accept maids here. Yes, that's the part where people come into the existence. Now, when she went to Warsaw, she went to this church and she met with the father, and then the father gave her contact with another person with whom she stayed, and that's there. What we learn from that part is that God provides. If you have that urge to go ahead and to explore Jesus, He will provide you with people to help you in your endeavor. Now, here on the fourth one, as we said, we do not accept maids here. When she went to this convent to ask that if she could be a part of them or not, the sisters and all said that we don't accept maids here. People judged her on her appearance. There are many places where she was judged, even she was with normal mind or not, or she was psychologically stable or not. But that did not stop Saint Maria Faustina. She went on with whatever she believed in. That's the very important thing. Now, if you see a vision of Jesus, don't just think that maybe I saw a vision or something, maybe I should go. Have that strong stability in your heart and don't get upset by what others think. That is what they think. You are doing this mission for God, not for yourself, not for others, but for God Himself. So if He is giving you the vision, He will provide you the way, He will keep you stable, He will give you everything that you need. A little bit of suffering you might feel inside, but that's just to be united with the Lord. Understanding? The 4 points are here, and the 5th one is very important. She got the vision of divine mercy. Rather, Jesus came to her and gave her that vision of Himself in 1931. Okay, in 1931 she received the image of divine mercy, but she could actually put that into paper in 1934. She had to wait and struggle for 3 years. She just got a vision, okay? She did not get some written, documented paper from Jesus saying that, baby, I want you to draw me like this. So she gets a full proved paper that, okay, this is coming from Jesus. She just got a reflection. And for 3 years, she kept struggling. She kept on speaking about it to everybody. Have that rock solid faith. You see, when not even talking about spiritually, if you go to talk about Michelle Obama or princesses, the late princess, the queens and everyone, don't go about any other places. Just see the female role models we have in our church or outside. They are not dependent. They don't tremble with their voice. They don't doubt what they actually believe in. Hold on to what you believe in, become rock solid in it, and have a voice. Don't be fickle and don't flicker that maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not the way it should be, or maybe this, maybe that. Don't. If you get a vision, if you get a call, stand on it. And if nobody understands it, raise your brows, bring out your people, and raise that voice of yours. Let people hear and know that yes, you got the vision. If you saw Jesus, you say that I saw Jesus. Not that I think I saw an image of Jesus. No, I saw Jesus. Exactly these words. Don't be calm and sitting like that. If you want to burn in the fire of Lord, be ready. Be ready to get your skin charred. Be ready for it. And don't tremble, don't trouble, okay? These are the 5 ways we get to know how to become a saint. The simple 5 ways. Going through again. Note everything down. Second is, don't think that you'll meet Jesus in some particular place. Don't have already a scenario in your mind. He'll meet you in your most comfortable place. The third one is, have the fire and go ahead. Go ahead. Don't stop and keep yourself behind. Fourth is, don't get upset by what others think. That is for others to think about. Fifth is, have a voice. Don't tremble. Don't flicker. Today is the feast of Saint Maria Faustina. So I request everyone, if you are listening to this video, try to do the chaplet. It's very beautiful, and even after her death, this chaplet brought hopes. And actually after her death only, when her predictions came true, it brought hope to everyone. It helps you to obtain mercy, trust in the Lord's mercy, and to show that mercy to others. People recognize the Divine Mercy chaplet after she died. So how important must that be? How much hopeful that can make you. That's all. Thank you, and I hope that we've learned something, a way, a easier way maybe, or maybe a more fruitful way to know the Lord, to become a saint. Thank you.